Alright, so recently just got a brand new coaching app, and we're going to use Coach Pat as a demo, aka Coach Scribs. So, video on the left is Pat doing some ring dips pretty inefficiently. Video on the right, he cleans it up. So, let's take a look at the left first. So, Pat jumps up to the full lockout, or the starting position, comes down to the full depth, shoulders below the elbows. He's in a pretty good tuck here, and then this is where the problem lies. We'll break this down on the second dip, but you can see he's still not locked out, and there is the full repetition. So breaking it down a little bit further, starting in the full lockout, down full depth. Now what you saw on the first dip and what you'll see right now is Pat initiates his upward rise by just sticking his feet back and his chest up. Alright, and if you didn't notice, that did not get him into a full lockout position. His elbows aren't locked out yet. What he's forced to do is bring his knees up and then pop those hips. We all know when we pop those hips we get a lot of power out of that, and there is the lockout. Okay, so he does get the full lockout, but he's wasting a little bit of energy. Okay, video on the right was the very next day. Starting in the full lockout, Pat lowers himself into the full depth, and then this is where we make the changes. So he kind of hangs down there, and all he's going to do is, instead of bringing his feet back and his chest up like he did previously, he's going to bring his feet forward. Alright, he's going to swing them forward while keeping his knees bent, and his chest is just going to kind of hang out. He's going to stay down there a little extra time. So we'll see that right now. The feet go back and swing, but here they are rising up. The knees come up, creating a nice 90-degree angle right here. Okay, all he has to do, open those hips, stomp those feet, and there it is, full lockout, but it's on one pump, one single shot. So let's take a look at that one more time. He's coming on down to the full lockout, the full depth. He's hanging out down there. All he's doing is swinging his knees up, creating a good 90-degree angle, popping those hips, locking out. Alright, we did see the 90-degree angle on the first video, inefficient, but look where he is. Alright, he's all the way up above those rings. That's the second pump. Here he's below the rings. That's the first pump. Big difference, right? Both again are achieving the same goal, but second one way more efficient. And that's the coach's corner. Nice job, Pat.